Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Car Lot Confessions. I am your host, Frank Fanzoni, and thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the show, Bobby. Thank you for being on tonight. We are live again. It is Tuesday, April 14th, for another live episode of Car Lot Confessions. Jerry is on. Welcome, Jerry, to the show. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I am excited to have you. Thanks so much for being on. It is going to be a very interesting episode tonight. Hopefully we'll go a whole hour. It's been a whirlwind of last 24 plus hours for me and my family, and we'll go ahead and share some of that information with you tonight. Kind of winging it tonight. It's going to be a little bit kind of like my first episode, I think, that I ever did, which, by the way, is coming up. Our 1 year anniversary, I think, is next week, guys. 1 year anniversary of Car Lot Confessions is going to be next week. Very excited about that. Very proud of that. So 1 year anniversary next week. My first episode ever, I kind of winged it. I didn't really have a script, didn't have a plan, didn't know what I was going to be doing, and just kind of let it roll. Rolled off my chest, rolled off my mind, just had a lot to talk about. Gonna have that a little bit tonight because of the whirlwind of my life in the last 24 plus hours. I didn't get a chance to write a show, guys, so I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. I've been debating all night if I was going to be able to do a show or not. And I thought, you know, we started this off doing just kind of a wing ordeal where we would talk about stuff. We got a little bit of a structure. Let's just go with it. So that's what we're doing tonight, guys. So I'm asking for your help tonight. Make sure you guys go ahead and fill in the chat. Let me know what you guys are thinking. We'll go ahead and make this show great together. So I appreciate that so much for being here. Thank you. As always, while you guys are here, if you can give me a thumbs up, a share, a like, a follow, all those wonderful things right now. We're still at 149 followers. I'm hoping by next week we can get to 150. That would be fantastic for our 1 year anniversary show. I'd really greatly appreciate that. So 1 year anniversary next week. Let's get one more follower, and that's all by you guys. If you could share this video right now. Plus, we're still doing our contest as well. Jared, welcome to the show. John, welcome to the show, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Happy to have you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Jared, John, Jerry, Bobby, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you being here. I applaud you all. As I was saying, if you guys for just tuning in real quick, next week will be my 1 year anniversary for Car Lot Confessions as hosting the show, and I'm very excited about it. It's very proud to make that 1 year mark, and I'm really looking forward for next week's show. I'm looking forward to getting to that 150 mark. That would be a real goal to reach. So if you guys can do me a huge favor tonight, share the video. You guys will get an entry into the contest for another decal or t-shirt. I might do a poll probably next week. You know what? We'll do a poll next week for the 1 year anniversary if you want a t-shirt or if you want a decal for the next drawing. And whatever wins that will be what we go ahead and give out at the next drawing. So we'll do that instead. Renee, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. As I was saying, guys, it's been kind of a whirlwind. Jared says, I remember when it was first started. Thank you. Yes, Jared, you have been here from the get-go, sir, and I greatly appreciate it. John says, wow, can't believe it's already been a year. It has. 1 year already. Next week will be the 1 year anniversary for Car Lot Confessions. Super, super proud of that, guys, and thank you so much for all your support. John says decal. Bobby says hello. We'll do a poll next week, I think, to find out if we're going to do a decal or a t-shirt giveaway. So this way you guys can weigh in and decide what it is you want to get. I'm very proud of both of them and very excited to give those guys away. Jeff Schroeder's on. Jeff, thank you so much for being here on the show. Justin, I hope, received his decal. That has gone out in the mail, and I'm looking forward to seeing some photos from him here soon. Of that decal being sported on his beautiful vehicle of his. So hopefully he's received that. All right, guys, so here we go. Just like I was saying, if you can give me a like and a share this video. We need one more follower. That's only going to happen if you guys tell people we're out there and I'm on live here with Car Lot Confessions. We get one more follower, and we can do that by next week. That'll be a major goal for the 1 year mark. So thank you so much, guys. Other than that, give me some thumbs up and some likes. Of course, as always, we still have our contest going on. Every time you guys share a video, we're going to go ahead and get you an entry into our contest where you can win a decal or a t-shirt. We'll get that chosen next week. I did just go ahead and post the poll for this week, so you guys might have noticed it. I got to thank my brother, John, who is actually on tonight, for helping out with the poll. He helped me decide this one. Him and I were talking just prior to the show, And I asked him, what do you want to do for a poll question this week? And he said, I wonder if people are missing sports. So I went ahead and put that up there, guys. I want to know if you guys are missing sports right now. Yes or no? I'm missing sports. It was a nice distraction from things. It was a nice way to kind of release some tension and kind of refill the tank. I enjoy the competitiveness of it all, the rooting of the teams and all of this. So I want to know if you guys are missing sports or not. Jared says he just shared it with friends. Thank you so much, Jared. You will definitely get an entry into our contest for a t-shirt or a decal as well. Skip McCormick, my brother-in-law, has joined. Welcome, Skip. Thanks so much for being here, bud. So the post is up. The poll is up. If you guys want to go ahead and out there and get the poll done, let me know if you guys are missing sports. I kind of am. I kind of miss talking about sports. You know, with sports not happening, you can't really talk much about it other than the fact that it's not happening, right? It was always a good, nice little icebreaker, something to talk about, something to kind of relate with, talk about how bad the Lions are, or how great the Seahawks are doing, or how bad the Tigers have been, or how much the cheating Houston Astros have been, you know, all that kind of stuff. I kind of miss sports. I miss hockey. Hockey is my sport and one I love the most, kind of football, all that stuff. Erica, welcome to the show. Thank you so much. John says he's sad about the Olympics. I'm sad about the Olympics too, actually, especially because that's a really fun time for, you know, to root for your country and to see all these wonderful athletes, young athletes, compete at the highest level every 4 years. So absolutely, I totally agree. Jared says I don't miss watching sports, but I miss playing basketball and working out. Absolutely, working out has been definitely a big thing. I miss basketball as well. You know, ever since we stopped coaching or I finished the coaching season, I haven't been able to really be on the court. All that I have missed it. John says I still tell folks go Hawks. Who doesn't? I say go blue. Let's see. John says working out too. He misses working out, and we all kind of miss working out, I think, too. If we do work out, it's kind of part of that routine we get into, right? So if you're, you know, you kind of get that routine mixed up, you know. Erica says, don't miss sports, not one little bit. I've never been into sports, though, that's totally fine. I'm curious if your husband misses sports, though. Probably not. I don't know if he was never a really big sports guy himself, but, you know, it's nice to be able to maybe focus on other things, too, from what I understand. You know, the truth is, without Jenna, welcome to the show. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. It's the thing about sports is it's always been a nice distraction. The thing about it not being on right now is the fact that we have time to focus on something else. You know, we have time to focus on other things that we would typically spend watching sports. I miss March Madness. I missed March Madness. That is my favorite basketball time of the year. I can honestly say that was something I was sad about. I missed the Masters. I watched golf. I'm glad they rescheduled that. Hopefully that happens. Erica says, I don't think he does. So thank you much for letting me know. I don't think he misses it much either. You know, it is what it is. But I do miss things like that. I miss, you know, the Masters and March Madness and all that kind of stuff. So Jeff says I'm gaining the COVID-19 pounds with no gym. I think we're all. So I've talked about the whole COVID-19 bodies, right? So summer's coming up. We're all supposed to be like kind of hitting the gym and getting that happening because we know summer's coming. And this year we're not going to have the summer body. We're going to have the COVID body. And my body, I've gained probably about 10, 15 pounds. Don't look here because I've definitely been feeling it. But that's all right. We're going to all really enjoy and hit those weights when we can get back in the gym. So John says he misses the Masters too. There's another golf watcher out there. I appreciate that. I love watching golf. I know not everybody does. Again, I'm missing sports. So make sure you guys go do the poll for me. Make sure you guys hit that poll up. Let me know if you're missing it or not. And if you're not, that's okay. Because like I said, you know, it's a great question. My brother put it out there, and I wanted to make sure we got that one answered for him. So thanks for your help tonight, John, on the poll question of the night or for the week. So, all right, guys. With that said, let's talk about last week's poll question that we had. Last week was National Beer Day on April 7th when we had our last show. It was actually it's annually recognized on April 7th every year. It is the world's widely most consumed alcoholic beverage. And it was funny, a very, very, very interesting vote. 19 of you voted. 53 of you said, yep, you definitely like beer. 47% of you said no. So I'm assuming the other 47% might be wine drinkers, might be mixed drinkers, or might not be drinking at all. So Carrie Hughes, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Bobby weighs in. I miss my nephews and nieces' sports. Absolutely. So us here in Michigan and these my people that are on, my community followers, you guys, we're all from a small town. We miss watching our local kids play sports, and we all get really into it, especially our baseball and our football and all of that. So yes, absolutely missing the sports for our young kids, our nieces, our nephews, our cousins, our brothers, our sisters, all of them. We're definitely missing them. So I agree. Thank you so much for weighing in, Bobby. Thanks so much for being here again, Carrie. Appreciate it. John says, yep. So yes, so the beer poll, 53% of you said you love it. The other people said nope. 47% of you said it was gross. That's okay. That's a good 50-50 split, actually, for the most part. I was actually really surprised. That's by 19 votes, so pretty decent vote. So I definitely enjoy beer, but I thought that was a good poll, and thank you guys for weighing in on all that. I really appreciate it. So I got to get to my sound effects here. I'm kind of neglecting them tonight, guys. I know, right? All right, so as always, guys, no crickets in the chat. I'm going to need your help tonight. Again, if you guys were here for the opening, we are winging it a little bit tonight. Like my first episode, I didn't have a chance to write an episode tonight for a lot of things that have been going on, and we're going to get into that in just a little bit for in the news. But let's try to get together a grinds my gears real quick. So that's not it. All right, guys, for grinds my gears, grinding my gears is this is what we're going to get into. Policies and procedures that could easily or need to be changed. That's what we're going to go with real quick. That's my headliner for grinds my gears tonight, guys. We're going to get into a little bit later, but having to write citations, I guess, for reasons that don't make sense. Tickets, things that we should. Let's talk about parking tickets. Let's talk about citation tickets, like that. Things that help make cities raise money at the expense of the people that are there. These are things that grinds my gears. Let's see. Jared weighs in. If you're winging it, might as well talk more Tiger King. We might do that. Although, thank you for the suggestion. If you'd like to talk Tiger King, we can. I did not see the new episode that I supposedly hear that is out on Netflix. So not fully caught up on Tiger King yet. So maybe we might do that, though. I would definitely love to hear others' opinions. If there's anybody who'd like to talk Tiger King, go ahead and throw some thumbs up there and let me know. Guys, give me a like, and maybe we'll talk Tiger King tonight. Grinds my gears, though. Lots of things, guys, here that I'm trying to think of the most appropriate way of putting this. So we're going to talk about this a little later, but my wife was issued a citation for something that I thought was completely inappropriate. We're going to be fighting the ticket, and I don't think it is appropriate that she should have received a ticket for the situation in which it has caused. This is something that has been grinding my gears for the last 24 plus hours. It goes along with the story that's going to be going in that we're going to talk about here in just a minute or two, and I want to hear your guys' insights. But have you guys ever received a ticket that you thought was unfair? If so, put it in the chat. Let's talk about that too. Jared says we'll wait until next week for the anniversary. Sounds good. We could do that. Absolutely. We could talk Tiger King during anniversary week next week of Carlisle Confessions. Absolutely. Great suggestion, Jared. Thank you so much. If you guys ever received a ticket that you guys thought was unfair or unnecessary or should not have been received, have you guys ever fought a ticket? That's a good question. I want to put that out there. I've done that before in regards to certain tickets, like, I had to fight. I didn't have my proof of insurance on me. I didn't know where it was. Couldn't find it. It was in the car. Couldn't get it. So I had a proof of insurance ticket that I ended up fighting and getting tossed out of court at one time. I got a ticket once for not having my tabs on the first of the month when I was always told that it was supposed to be on your birthday. I fought that ticket one time when I got one of those. Have you guys ever had to fight a ticket? Maybe a speeding ticket. I fought speeding tickets before, trying to avoid the points on our license, things like that. And yeah, I deserved the ticket when I was speeding, but I want to know, so I did fight that ticket, and I deserved it. I 100% will openly admit when I do things that aren't supposed to be doing. My wife received a ticket this weekend as well, or this yesterday, that I don't believe she deserved, and we are going to fight that. And in that, I felt like it was they call it a policy or procedure and reason. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes, not to be vague. But let me know what you guys think. Grinds my gears. Let's see. Jared weighs in. I fought a parking ticket, expired meter, but lost. Ann Arbor's notorious for that, for expired parking tickets and fighting those and getting them. I actually fought parking tickets in Ann Arbor myself. They're ridiculous. They're relentless. And their meters sometimes I feel like aren't right either. I'm sorry to hear that you lost, but those are tickets that I think are unnecessary. I understand that parking helps pay for things, but paying for parking. If you have to be somewhere, why should you have to pay to be there is the part that gets me. John says, yes, sheriff was going the other way on a 2-lane and whipped around and ticketed me for speeding, though not sure how he could have clocked me. That's a good scenario. Thanks for weighing in on that, John. That's a good scenario. I've seen this happen before as well, that I think, how is it possible that you could have gotten my speed? So I'm assuming you fought the ticket. Did you win? Did you not? Hi, Catherine. Thanks so much for being here. Hi, Austin. Thanks so much, guys, for being here. Thanks for joining the show. Happy to have you guys. Thank you so much. We're talking about getting a ticket and fighting tickets or unnecessary tickets that you may have gotten in your time. Has there ever been a ticket that you fought? Parking tickets, violation tickets, jaywalking ticket, no registration ticket, any type of ticketing that you received, parking, all that kind of stuff. Have you ever received a ticket that you've had to fight? And if so, did you win? Let's see. John said, nope, just paid it. Austin says, hey, John. Hey, Austin. Thanks so much for being here. Glad to have you here. So let's get into it, guys. And that's the question of the night. So if you guys have any comments about tickets that you've gotten and fought, let me know. But let's go ahead and get into the conversation. So enough beating around the bush, guys. Let's tell you what's gone on with me for the last 24 hours. We're winging it here real quick. So if you guys have noticed, my wife is not on at the moment. Yesterday morning, my deepest fears came true. Something that I've always worried about. My wife usually leaves in the morning for work prior to me. So she'll come in and give me a kiss before I got to come get out of bed. And hold that thought. Bobby weighed in. He got a parking ticket for parking on the road between 12 and 6 a.m., working second shift. I get home at midnight. I don't feel like moving my car for my wife to go to work at 5 a.m. Total makes sense. And yeah, that's annoying. I would definitely fight those and find a way to try to fix that. That's definitely an unnecessary ticket. Jeff says, never beaten a single ticket. Deserved them all. Thank you. Usually, if you get one, typically you deserve it. Most of the time you do. The one my wife got, I think, didn't. But we're going to talk about that. All right, real quick. Let's get back into that, guys. Worst fear. My wife leaves earlier in the morning, so she'll come in and give me a kiss before she leaves. Gets in the car and goes to work, and then I'll get up a little while later. She works in healthcare. Yesterday morning, she was on her way to work, or on her way to a position that was new. She needed to go to a different place. She was using her Google Maps. It was damp here. There was water on the road. And my worst fears came true. My wife got into an accident. And she was traveling down the road, and she hit a patch of water, I believe, started to tail fish a bit. She overcompensated for what was happening, and it ended up throwing her into a ditch, and she rolled her vehicle. She called me on the phone, and I picked up, as in didn't recognize the number. It was definitely fearful, and she had told me she got into an accident and to where she was at so I could come see her. So, and with that being the case, I got in the car and drove immediately out to where she was at, was able to get there before they took her off, and I was able to help her onto the stretcher, and off to the hospital she went. So sorry about that, guys. So I helped load her up. Biggest fear of my life. But I was at least there to be able to see her. She had a neck brace on. EMS. I have to give a big shout out to first responders, to people that were local there. Aaron and Michelle Bauman, people that were local that we know that were able to help us out. And such blessing. Anyways, the first responders, they took care of her. She was in a bit in shock. She had bumped her head pretty good. We weren't sure if she had any type of other injuries. We loaded her into the ambulance, and I immediately went to the hospital and met her there. Now, unfortunately, with the COVID-19, I was unable to spend time with her. My wife is on, who we're talking about. Real quick, guys, quick heads up, she's okay. She's here. She came home today from the hospital. But this has prevented me from writing a show. This is why we're winging it a little bit. She had a concussion. She is sore. She's hurting, but no major broken bones, no major internal issues. She has walked away unscathed, so we are counting our blessings today. So she's doing all right. She's sore. Thank you, everybody, for your kind words. She is doing okay. She's home today. So it's been kind of a whirlwind over the last 24 hours plus. And my focus, I have to admit, hasn't been on Carlock Confessions, hasn't been on writing a show. It's been on trying to take care of my wife and my family and making sure everything's taken care of for her and getting her back home where she can rest, where she's at now. And so that's been the last 24 hours. She was issued a citation for the accident, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. And that was part of my grinds my gears because for reckless or for driving without due caution. So that was where that came from. And so just trying to explain it all. David, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Carrie says, glad you're okay. Thank you, Carrie. Appreciate that. Yeah, no, it was a nightmare because I have to admit, there's a lot of times where I've laid in bed after my wife has gave me a kiss and left for work. And I've thought, man, worst phone call in the world would be that she got into a car accident. I mean, life can change like that. And, the topic I want to bring up tonight, along with all of this, and thank you guys for all of your kind words and your blessings. And she is here. So so glad that she's okay. She did roll her car. It was a very nasty accident. And we're lucky to have her with us in my heart, but taking things for granted, is something we've talked about here before on the show. And not that I've ever taken my wife for granted, but life can change like that. And it's definitely something that I think I'm still kind of in shock from it, to be honest with you. I'm still processing everything that's kind of gone on in the last 24 plus hours. My wife and I haven't even had as much time to talk about it ourselves together, but so hopefully she's okay with me. She knows that I share my life here, and I'm glad that she's on tonight with us. Scared me. My life, my wife, she's my everything. She's my best friend, and to think about the fact that I could have just lost her is mind blowing to me, and taking things for granted, and it's tough. It's been tough to process. Of course, I've gone into what I always do, which is, helper survivor mode, making sure everything's taken care of. Sorry, guys, need to get a drink. So excuse my big bald head. Thank you. Survivor mode, trying to take care of everything and handling insurance companies and handling, assessors and everything like that. And it's just been kind of a whirlwind. Let's see what's some comments here. Bobby says, glad you're okay. David says, glad you're okay, Kara. Thank you so much. Jared, dude, keep the show short and go be with her. We understand it's more important to spend time with her than having the show. Totally. The truth is I'm on the lot tonight, guys. I am working. I made sure she was okay with it. She's being well taken care of by her kids. She's resting. She did say, go ahead and go to work and be there tonight, because it's important that I'm here. And since I'm here, I thought I'd do the show. I share my life with you guys because I care about all my community members. I care about you guys as my friends, my family. I share my life with you guys on a weekly basis. And this is something that I thought, we could talk about a little bit. Maybe you guys can share some experiences maybe you've had with close calls like this, how you guys were able to get through them. Because I'm still in shock a bit, honestly. I'm still coping and trying to deal with all of this. So Kara says, thank you to everyone. And yes, we all care. We all, anyways. So I am at work tonight. I'm still here. I'm still doing security. I'm still doing Carlock Confessions, guys. We're still doing the show. Might not be a long show tonight because I don't have a whole lot of else to cover. Like I said, I didn't have a chance to put a show together. I didn't have a chance to do anything in the news. So if you guys have something in the news, feel free to put it on. I'm okay with that. But it's a blessing that she's here with us, the great and wonderful care of the nurses and the first responders and the healthcare providers. at Ascension St. Mary's. My sister-in-law, Nicole, and for her help with helping out with some food and making things easier. Just everybody, for Holly, and for everybody's concerns and connections. And again, I kind of kept this quiet for a little bit. I didn't want to raise massive concern for everyone, knowing that she was okay. But just for everybody who cared and was there, and for first responders and healthcare providers and all the nurses and doctors in the hospital dealing with COVID-19, and also taking care of my wife and making sure she's okay, to all the CT technicians and the x-rays and everybody in healthcare right now. My heart goes out to you. Thank you for taking care of my wife. It was absolutely horrid as a husband to not be at the hospital with her while she's there, making sure she's getting the best care and that she's being taken care of and she has what she needs, and just to be there to comfort her and take care of her and all of that kind of stuff. That was difficult. Let me tell you, that was rough, not being able to be at the hospital. I had to leave her at the door. They took her out of the ambulance. I got to give her kind of a kiss on the head, and off she went in to receive treatment. And I had to wait and just sit and hear and then not be in there with her. So that was tough. That was very tough. I guess that should be my grinds my gears with this COVID-19. And I know we've talked a lot about COVID-19, but the whole not being able to be in the hospital with her because of it was ground my gears, to be honest with you. I was very frustrated about it. Let's see. John says, nice break. Let's see. Deanna was in a huge accident a year ago that she was slammed by another car. Guy was on cell phone. Unbelievable. On I-94. She could have been killed because her car spun around in traffic. She's lucky a semi-truck didn't hit her. We are blessed that she was able to walk away. 100%, Jared. Thank you so much for sharing your story. How did you deal with that? Because that's a shock. It's same, in a sense, the same scenario a little bit. She was in an accident. That's Jared's wife. And thank you for your wisdom and sharing your story with us on this. Because I'm having a hard time. I'm fearful for her. Honest to God, I haven't even told her this. I'm fearful for her to leave the house. I don't want her to go anywhere anymore. I don't want to lose her. And I know I can't do that. You can't chain her in and just kind of, always protect her and put a bubble around her. But, our minds block out the simplicities of this type of stuff happening. And then the fact that it can happen in a blink of an eye and all that kind of stuff. And that we just go on with our daily lives and we do the best we can to stay safe and all of that. But, as of right now, I kind of just want to wrap her in bubble wrap and keep her at home and that way I won't lose her, but it's been tough to process. That's for sure. Hi, Cameron. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. If you guys aren't followers and you're new to the show, please follow the page for me. We're here every week. It's great to have you on. Thank you. It's good to see so many new people. Hi, Naomi. Thanks so much for being on. Jared says it was shocking, but the call didn't come from the sheriff's office. She called me in tears. Jared, my wife did that as well, actually. She called me. I'm pretty sure the call list went 911, me, and then her mother. As I was frantically getting my keys and getting my wallet and heading out to her. And I was so fortunate to be able to make it there before they took her off. But yeah, no, that she called me too. And that was definitely, I think that second my heart sank. Jared says I was more concerned about my sons losing their mother rather than me losing a wife. Well, that thought crossed my mind as well. I mean, the whole thought of the kids were still there. They were in bed. And I thought about that too. I thought, man, goodness. So many people rely and are so close to my wife and we all need her and love her and take care of her and she takes care of us. And I'm sure it's the same with your wife, Jared, as well. And, people in our lives like this touch so many other people and it's just hard to imagine, them not being around. And I'm, as a close reality as that came to me, it's been hard to swallow. It's been hard to make sense of it, and they say everything happens for a reason. We're staying positive. By all means, we're staying positive. So many blessings here that she's safe. She's good. No major injuries, soreness, bumps, bruises, a couple of scrapes and cuts, but nothing Nothing massive. Could have been way worse. The car's totaled. Who cares? We don't care about any of that. Don't care about any of the money. Don't care about the insurance. Don't care about any about that stuff. The fact that she's okay is all that matters. The kids are happy that she's home. I'm happy she's home. All the blessings of the people that were involved and the healthcare workers. And so we're counting them. By all means, we're counting all the blessings in the world. And we understand that it's important to pay attention to those things right now more than anything else. Last week's show, guys, by the way, is kind of what I'm thumbing through here. So we're happy that she's home, and we're confident that she's going to be okay. And it's just been a whirlwind. So thank you for sharing, Jared. I really appreciate that. I'm assuming, and I'm going to extend a question out to you. It took you some time to probably help process all this, and for you to kind of get back to a good place, or in regards to all of it, I'm sure. And I know this all just kind of takes time. So Jared says you'll need to support her mentally because she'll be cautious about driving, which we talked a little bit about that already today. Deanna, who's next to me, says it took her more than 6 months to get used to driving without fear, and I have zero doubt. And let me just quickly extend, we're so happy that you are safe and okay, and thank you for sharing, and thank you for being here and sharing the story, Jared. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that tonight, actually, about the possible fear of driving and all of it. And so a little bit of PTSD, I guess, from it, because it is a traumatic experience to deal with that kind of stuff, and to be a part of something like that, to kind of go through that. And I can't relate. I've never been through a major accident like that, nothing that's been majorly life-threatening like that, so I can't relate to it. And I appreciate, Jared, you sharing your wife's story with us, and I appreciate all of that, so thank you. Yeah, no, I have no doubt, and support is definitely something that the second all of this kind of went down, I went into, caretaker mode, as I do, and protector mode. And so I'm handling everything with all the insurance companies and all the paperwork, and she just needs to rest, and that's what we're doing. So again, I guess I'm asking for forgiveness, maybe, that I don't have a show written, that this all has gone down, and I appreciate your guys' continued support and your love that you pour out for me and my family and the show, and the message that we try to have here in regards to being the change and spreading kindness and doing for others and that kind of stuff. So thank you so much, guys, for all of that. So that's it. That's kind of what's been going on. She's home now. We're going to take every minute by minute and kind of just day by day, and we'll get back to where we were and get things figured out and taken care of. So, but thank you guys for your understanding. And of course, next week is our 1 year anniversary show. So I'm very excited about that. I hope you guys are too. I already got my poll question for next week as well, so that's good. I donated blood. We'll talk about that real quick. I did donate blood. So hopefully you guys can get out there and do that as well. I've heard that blood is necessary and needed. So that was a nice experience. It's a nice way to feel being the change with everything that's going on right now. So I do feel really great about that. And that was good. Hopefully you guys aren't going too stir crazy from being inside for, quarantine and COVID and all that kind of stuff as our stimulus checks are starting to roll in. Hopefully you guys are, and we talked about this before a couple weeks ago, what you guys are going to do with your stimulus checks. We're still debating on what we're going to get stuff taken care of. We got house stuff, like we said before. We might get a new car, right? So that kind of stuff. Jared says, good on the blood donation. Yeah, thank you so much. No, I felt really good about it. Can't wait to do it again, to be honest with you. I kind of enjoy doing that. So thank you. And I can kind of see why you've given so much, Jared, because it's kind of addicting to know that you're helping others and that you're just a few minutes of your time can help save lives, which is a great feeling. So real quick, let's see what else. Don't really have anything in the news. You guys have any news stories to share? Let me know. I'm not doing Tiger King. Thanks, though, Jared. We can do I would do my positive personal recap for the week, but I kind of just did that. Other than the quarantine and taking care of the house, and I fixed the tractor and put a new starter on the tractor, and been working from home, and the stuff with my wife and and everything like that. It's just been a whirlwind of a week, and I'm happy to be back and be here, and there's a lot of things to be thankful and be blessed with and be thankful for. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, still trying to process everything. So, you know, the only part that's got me through this, and you know, for the positive quote for the week, I guess, is going to come from me, and I know others have said it, but you know, I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason, and we will find the reason of why all of this has happened and learn from it and grow from it. And we're so blessed that she's okay and she's still with us, and you know, eye opener for sure. And so my positive personal quote is everything happens for a reason. So just kind of roll with it. And that's what we're going to do. So we put our hands in faith and faith in God and everything that's gone on. And we will see what happens. So positive personal recap and positive quote for the night, I guess. Right. And where are all my sound effects? I've been sitting over here jabbering and rattling and all that kind of stuff. And my sound effects just kind of disappeared. So. All right. Let's see here. So if you guys have anything you want to add, we're going to probably keep this a little bit shorter than tonight. Maybe not a full hour. I appreciate everybody being on and supporting here tonight. Let's go ahead and do a top fan for the week, because we'll go ahead and do a top fan for the week. And I want to call one person out, a couple of people out, actually. And I'd love to give it to everybody, to be honest with you. One of the top fans. I'm actually going to try to give it to two this week because of just their efforts of being the change and doing what they can right now. First top fan of the week is going to go out to my sister-in-law, Nicole Tucker. She has done and went out of her way to help me and my family during this time, and cooked us a meal for yesterday, so we didn't have to worry about it. So Nicole, let's give her a big round of applause and a shout out for her. And some air horn. That's not it. Where is it? Where is it? All right, got to have our air horn. So Nicole Tucker, top fan of the week, as well as one other person I want to go for. Jared says, stay strong. We'll see you next weekend. Stay strong, Kara. Thank you so much, Jared. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. Next person we're going to give a top fan of the week for as well is going to be Renee Talon, who is down in Detroit right now fighting the massive COVID-19 patients down there. She has volunteered her time to go into the eye of the beast in Detroit and fight and help patients down with COVID-19 in Detroit, which is absolutely massively consumed with COVID right now and dealing with some very severe patients. So to Nicole and Renee, top fans of the week, congratulations to you guys. Thank you so much for your efforts of being the change and being kind and thinking of others and putting others before yourself. And that's huge. And that's what we do here at Carlock Confessions and the community and my whole be the change and you know, to think of others and whatnot. So I want to give them a shout out. Thank you so much for your guys' contributions this week in regards to Carlock Confessions and being the change and helping me and helping our family and helping those in need, and to all of our healthcare workers and first responders and mail carriers and you know, package deliveries and Uber drivers and you know, DoorDashes and Grubhubs and healthcare workers and fast food restaurants and people providing, everybody who's doing something for somebody else right now. I give you all a huge shout out right now. Thank you so much, guys, for everybody who is just contributing to making things easier and better and keeping this world going as we know it. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for all of you, to all of you guys, to my followers, to everybody who shares this video and is constantly on here. Jared, John, Kara Ray, Bobby, Carrie, thanks for being on tonight. Everybody who's new in the house, thank you so much. David, I shout you guys out. Thank you so much. I did not have a chance to go look at birthdays, so maybe I can do that real quick while we're on. Let's see if we can get some birthdays in the house. If anybody has a birthday coming up, let me know. Let's take a quick look at birthdays. I did not have a chance to look them up yet, but we can do that real quick. Let's do quick birthdays. Today's birthday, let's give a big happy birthday to Steve Bush, a good friend of mine. Happy birthday to you. Let's see, Leah Lilly, happy birthday to you. Kelly Harris, happy birthday to you. Your birthday is on Sunday. And then we have Steve Barnes. Steve Bynes, happy birthday. So we have Steve Bush's birthday, Leah's birthday, Kelly's birthday, and Steve Bynes' birthday. Happy birthday to you guys. Thank you so much for your constant support, and happy birthday to all of you. Look those up real quick. Hi, Karina. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. No human birthday, but Legends was Saturday. Happy birthday to Legend. Legend is Jared's dog, which he uses as a service dog, and happy birthday to Legend. Thank you so much, Jared, for sharing that. Legend is so much, as much of Carlock Confessions and a part of the community as you are. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, guys. So again, yep, we're at 149 followers. Would love to get to 150 before next week's 1-year anniversary of Carlock Confessions, guys. I can't believe it's been a whole year. We have T-shirts, we have car decals, we have scripts when I write them. We have new segments like Grinds My Gears, and the positive quotes and things like that. It's so amazing to think about how far we've come in a year, and we're going to rehash all of that next week on the show. Very excited about that. Guys, remember we have our contest going on, which I will ask you guys next week if you want a decal or a shirt for the prize for the current contest going on, where we'll do a drawing and do a giveaway. So next week we'll answer that question, and we'll go ahead and definitely go with whatever the big winner is there. We will definitely do that giveaway. But yeah, super excited about that. Thank you guys for all the love and support for my wife and what we're going through as a family. It's been interesting, and we're going to continue to build and learn from this and get better, and she's going to get healthier, and we'll be back to normal soon, I'm sure, with a little bit like I said, I'm still coping with all of it, still thinking about all of it and trying to understand it all. So we're going to be doing that. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. And if you guys have anything else you'd like to add, hello. That is Katie, I think. Hello, Katie. Thank you. Welcome to the show, John. Thanks for bringing them on. Thank you, Katie, so much for being here. Guys, so that's basically what I got going on here. But so the ticket thing was interesting. We're dealing with that. It's interesting to deal with insurance companies. It's interesting to deal with courthouses right now with everything shut down. It's interesting that there's no sports on. Please go do the poll. We will do a 1-year anniversary show next week, which is super exciting. We will do that. We might talk about Tiger King again, as Jared brought up next week as well. Which is always a great story. My positive quote for the night: everything happens for a reason, as always. And then we did birthdays and shout outs, guys. So that's basically all I got. If you guys have other things to contribute, now's the time to do it. Bobby says, have a good week and glad you are okay. If you need anything, please let us know, Bobby. We will do that. Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. Let's get some music going here. I know it's a little bit of a shorter show, guys. About 45 minutes. That's not too bad. It was that's for a non-written show. I don't know. Maybe that went better than some shows go. I don't know. No news this week, though, other than personal news. So, guys, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for letting me share my life with you guys. Thank you for being here and supporting Carlock Confessions and supporting me and supporting my family and continuing to be the change and spread the word. And promote kindness and help one another. And we need that more than ever in this world right now. And we were reminded this yesterday of just how great and kind people can be. It's great, people are the greatest tool and the greatest blessing in the world. And your heart and your kindness and your love and your compassion can go such a long way with people. So, Bobby, thank you so much. Jared says, hey, for this show format, is if it's possible to add photos to your comments for the new year, I'd like to be able to post pictures from time to time. Absolutely. I think you should be able to. If not, we're going to have to work on that. Let me see what I can do. I'm going to look into that, Jared. It's a great suggestion, especially for the new year coming up. So thank you so much. We will definitely do that because I'd love to see photos in here. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Carlock Confessions. Follow, like, and share, guys. We still got our contest going on. Still looking forward to that. We'll have our poll question out there. Make sure you guys answer the poll question if you guys are missing sports or not. I know I am. It's a good distraction. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much. Happy birthday to everybody that I mentioned. Happy birthday to. Next week will be our 1-year anniversary show. I'm going to start working on that right now. It's going to be a great show, guys. Make sure to tune in next week. Tell your friends. Looking for one more follower. That's on you guys. If you guys can please share this and tell your friends to come follow. Be a major goal if we can get to 150 by next week. That's it. That's everything. Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for thinking of me and my wife. And I will see you guys next week. You guys are a blessing. Thank you so much. Be safe, be positive, be the change, guys. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone. Tanner, thanks for coming to the show. Follow the page. Thanks, Josh, for following. I think we're at 150, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.